I want to give advice to young producers who just made their first money selling beats online. This is not about building some stock portfolio with your first $1 million. This is only about building leverage from your first amount of money from selling beats online. I'm Mordalski and I will help you make your first case selling beats. Let's start with my personal story. So, this is my best investment in my entire life. Why is that? Because it has the biggest ROI from all my investments ever. So maybe let's talk about ROI. ROI is return on investment. So generally, ROI is relationship between amount of money you spend to amount of money and other stuff that you gain, because by the way, your ROI may be built on getting skills, connections, knowledge or something like that, okay? It doesn't have to be measured only by money, but I can measure it with money because it made me fucking money. Why did I want to tell you about ROI? Because we want to look for investments with highest ROI. For example, if you invest in stock, your ROI is less than doubling your money, okay? You will get 10%, 15%, 20% on your stocks. If you gamble your money, you can get like triple or 5 times your money. If you put your money in something really valuable and something that is attached to your goal and to your business, you will get your money times 20 with this, or 100 times more than you put in. So let me tell you about this Akai keyboard. This was my first investment ever in my producing career. I think that it costed me at that point something like $50-$40. It could be a little bit more right now, but yeah, I spent like $40-$50. And what's crazy, I made all my most popular beats on my YouTube that build my brand, that build connections between me and a lot of rappers. And I worked till today with this keyboard. There is no way I could create these melodies, for example, just with a mouse and computer keyboard. This MIDI keyboard was really necessary. There was no way to create those beats without it. If you just take a look at my channel, top 5 or top 10 most popular beats on Mordalski Beats are made with this keyboard. Most of those beats that I also sold and generally made money on that was also made on this keyboard. And now the crazy part. If I would have to sum it up, all those beats, this is really hard to sum it up because ROI is so big that at first I got a lot of subscribers, views, money from selling beats. I also got recognition, built my brand, built connections. So yeah, it means that this MIDI keyboard made me at least $1,000. I would generally say that like more, but at least my first $1,000, it's all because of that. We could argue that it was more, so let's say even $2,000. So for $1,000, ROI is 20 times more. You will not find it investing in stocks, in crypto and in other gay shit. You will not find it investing in some NFTs, no, there is no way that you will get this amount on return on investment, okay? And obviously I still had to put a lot of work, time, energy and effort to create this investment, to make this investment work. Generally, always try to look for those ridiculous ROIs. Don't try to look for ways to double your money, to triple your money. This is gay, okay? This is gay. This is how you really make money. You spend $20 or $50 and then you make $1,000, okay? So yeah, my story with this Akai 25 should be your role model for choosing your investments. I've got one side point before telling you specific investments for young producers, so don't be afraid to spend 100% of your money, okay? I'm also still young. And I think that you could be younger than me, so you're like, I don't know, 16, 17, maybe 14, okay? Even if you think that you saved from your, from your pocket money, you got $500, yeah, I'm rich, I got $500 saved. Dude, in few years, when you start going even to regular job or become full-time producer, $500 is nothing. So don't be afraid to put it all on your passion, on your goal, because really, it doesn't make sense to keep your $500 in your pocket. You will not do anything. You will not do anything productive with this amount of money, okay? I will tell you another story how I used to deal with my money, okay? So I used to go to this gym in my city, and I was at that point, I've never sold a bit, like I sold maybe one bit in my life at that point, so I was like broke because it was also school, so I didn't have any job. I had no money saved. I had my last 40-50 bucks, and membership in my gym for next month was like, you know, 40 bucks or something like that, 30-40 bucks. So yeah, I had this question. So okay, there are two options. I go to the gym and I'm flat out broke with literally zero money, like, you know, 10 bucks in my wallet, and that's it. Or the second option, I stop going to the gym and I think, you know what, like, if I really like, you know, be successful in life, I can anyway make this money. And even if I'm not successful in life, so I will just be, I know I will be a cashier till the end of my life, like 30 bucks is like nothing. This is like few hours of work anyway, even in like the lowest entry, the like, you know, the worst job in the world, it's like few hours. So I think, yeah, generally I'm anyway broke because I got $50, so fuck that. I will just go to my gym. And yeah, I spent those last $40 on my gym. I went to a training smiling because I knew that I just spent all my fucking money on gym membership. And you know what's crazy? In next month, just sales started spamming my BeatStars. I will give you the link to my story of making my first $1,000 selling beats. It was literally few weeks before this process started, okay? So literally a few weeks after spending my last money, and I started getting sales, started making money, and I didn't have to really care about those $30 anymore. So just do it like me. Don't care about those pennies in your pocket because they will not magically grow. Okay, so now how do you want to spend your last 20 bucks in your pocket or first money that you made selling beats? Okay, so at first you need some kind of gear. So this MIDI is, if you, for example, right now are producing just on keyboard and mouse, you just need it, man. Like, the first thing, if your computer is really bad, you probably need better computer, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not any information technology type of guy, so yeah, at first I anyway suggest buying you this. This is the best. If you got more money, you could buy this kind of thing or even something bigger, but generally you don't need that. It will be enough, as I said, okay? This was enough to make my first $1,000. If you're not at $1,000 yet, this is really enough. The other thing that you will definitely need, because even if you're not a mixing engineer, you need headphones. I'm not like master with headphones, but you just go to some ChatGPT and ask him, yeah, give me studio headphones for $100, but don't buy gaming headphones, goddamn. Because some people will think, yeah, oh, I need my, you know, those flashy lights in my headphones. No. Just ask ChatGPT about like studio headphones for $100. This is some Audio Technica. I can't find a specific model. Oh, I don't know if you will see that, but okay. ATHM40X. So if you want to copy me, you can just buy them. You will get cable, by the way, in together with it, and you will also need probably audio interface, which is Focusrite in my case. You can, yeah, generally you don't need that. You could buy just some, you know, you could. There are those weird small devices that are really cheap, and they are able that, and you will be able to use big jack, because the important thing, serious audio devices don't use mini jack as for your, like, you know, smartphone. You used to plug your like, you know, headphones back in days. You use this, okay? So you will need this cable, but you will probably get it with that. Because if you use mini jack, your audio quality will be shit anyway, so your studio headphones will not help you. Now, do you need speakers? No, honestly not. If you're not a mixing engineer, and right now, motherfucker, focus on producing, sell some beats, and then you will start to mix them and master properly. I didn't need them for most of the time. And yeah, now if I do mixing for somebody, if I do mastering, and I do it quite a lot, it's just better, okay? Because on headphones you will miss a lot of details, but generally you don't need speakers at the beginning. Just focus on getting a MIDI keyboard and headphones, and that's it. And by the way, for Christ's sake, never buy new stuff. If you can buy second-hand gear, buy second-hand gear. You really don't need brand new headphones, brand new MIDI keyboard, because this stuff is used by musicians, okay? So we are all here like sitting here, drinking fucking coffee, making some beats. We're not like, you know, we're not like like anything crazy with that. For example, like, you know, this is still like, it is like fucking brand new, okay? Everything is okay with that. I could sell it that you wouldn't notice that this is used for like a year straight right now, okay? So generally buy second hand, find on some eBay or stuff like that, and you will just save a lot of money because you can buy something that is literally like brand new. Like I bought it while it was brand new, I don't know, for half of the price, I'm not sure, but generally it's like, you know, there was some kind of, you know, dust on that, but generally I wouldn't notice that this is not brand new. So don't be afraid of buying second hand. You will save a lot of money and you will be able to just buy more gear, which is generally nice, okay? So now when you got the most necessary gear, should you invest in VST plugins? No, I don't think you need any plugins. I bought this one plugin, I bought like a set of plugins, but for mixing only. They were not like VSTs or some synthesizers or samplers. And generally, like, I'm doing a lot of mixing, so yeah, I think that I bought CLA 76 compressor and it's kind of nice, but I don't know, I could do my mixing and mastering without it as well. So you generally don't want to buy VSTs because they are like, you got sometimes those sales when you get like 20 amazing compressors for $10. Generally you don't need that, man. At first, you're a producer. If you don't understand mixing at this point, and if you are anyway not ready for getting like, you know, real industry standard mix, for example, those plugins will be useless for you. Because if you don't understand basics, your better compressor, better EQ and stuff will not help you anyway. So if you can't mix with parametric EQ and some fruity compressor, you will still be not able to mix with the most expensive compressor and parametric EQ, okay? If we talk about some, I know, Serum, some Nexus, some Omnisphere, you could also buy that, but I'm, for example, generally really into sampling, so I don't like using those big synthesizers. If you really want to buy one of them, just buy one of them. You need to find which one fits your genre the most. For us, it will be probably Omnisphere. You can buy it or you can do anything with that, but generally this is not that important, okay? I've never bought any kind of big synthesizer or something like that. I only bought some mixing plugins, that's it. So now when you got some gear, you don't need more plugins. What you should buy now, and let's talk about it. This is small part of my books collections, because what is really important, you should invest in yourself. For example, if I talked about ROI, about this more specific ROI, but if I buy, for example, this book and I apply all stuff from that for a month, year or decade, ROI also will be unmeasurable because I improved my brain, I improved my marketing skills anyway, okay? So this book will pay me back for years because of knowledge that I gained. So generally invest in self-improvement, in improving your craft, improving your beats, improving your health, improving everything that is attached specifically to you, your body and your brain. And by the way, if you're okay with spending even more money, you can just hire a coach, some mentoring, some memberships, stuff like that. Generally investing in yourself and creating connections, getting skills, getting experience and stuff like that. This stuff has the highest ROI. This is better ROI even than those gear, okay? Good gear will give you like 20 times ROI. Like, good experience, good coaching, good mentor will give you 1000 ROI even if you spend some more money on that. So if you just have this money, don't be afraid to really like push yourself to the limit, and it will definitely pay back in a month or a year or two, but it will pay you back, I can guarantee. I just really like studying with books, but I got like, at this point I read like 30-40 books on like marketing, selling and stuff like that. I mean physical books, because if we talk about ebooks and PDFs, we would go over 50 definitely. So yeah, if you just want to go specifically my way, you can read 50 books, but it will take you a few years probably, or you can just go check out my paid program for making your first K selling beats. So I just try to compress all my knowledge from books into this video, so you basically will get like more years of experience, a lot of books that I read, a lot of sales I did, a lot of those connections, a lot of stuff, email templates, my presets for mastering, and a lot of other stuff inside this video. So yeah, definitely go check this out. It's first link in the description. This is really cheap, by the way, and you will just get crazy advantage over other guys if you buy it. So just go first link in the description. Bye.